Hello, Namaste. You are watching Janaboli online television. Along with I am Ravindra Dhungal. In this special series, we have come with exceptional topic. Why Earth surprisingly is the densest object in our solar system. We will present with reason. The 8 planets of our solar system and our sun. Of all the planets, dwarf planets, moons, asteroids and more in solar system, only one object can be densest. You might think based on the fact that gravitation is a runaway process that just builds upon itself to greater and greater degree, that most massive objects of all things like Jupiter or even the Sun would be the densest, but they are less than a quarter the density of Earth. You might go to different routes and think that the worlds that are made out of the greatest proportion of the heaviest elements would be the densest too. If that were the case, however, Mercury would be the densest world, and it isn't. Instead of all the large objects that are known in solar system, Earth is the densest of all. Here's the surprising science of why. A comparison of the planets in solar system by LSM Pascal of Wikimedia Commons. Density is one of the simplest non-fundamental properties of matters you can imagine. Every object that exists from the macroscopic to the astronomical has a certain amount of energy at rest intrinsic to it. What we commonly call mass, these objects also take up a given amount of space in 3 dimensions. What we know as volume density is just the ratio of these two properties, the mass of an object divided by its volume. Our solar system itself was formed some 4.5 billion years ago, the way all solar systems are formed, from the cloud of gas in its star-forming region that contracted and collapsed under its own gravity. Recently, thanks to observatories such as ALAMA, we have been able to directly image and analyze the protoplanetary disks that form around these new world stars for the first time. The protoplanetary disks around the young star. Some of the features of an image like this are striking. You can see a large extended disk around a newly forming star, the material that will give rise to planets, moons, asteroids and outer Kuiper-like belts, etc. You can see gaps in the disk's locations where massive objects like planets are already forming. You can see a color-coded temperature gradient where the inner regions are hotter and the outer regions are colder. But what you can't visually see from an image such as this is the presence of abundance of the different types of materials, while complex molecules and even organic compounds are found throughout systems such as this. There are 3 important effects that all works together to determine which elements wind up in which locations in the solar system results. And illustrations of a protoplanetary disk. The first factor is gravitation, which is always an attractive force in disks of matters made up of tiny particles. The ones that are closer to the interior of disks will revolve around the solar system center at slightly higher speeds than the ones slightly farther out, causing collisions between particles as they pass one another in this orbital dance. Where slightly larger particles have already formed, or where small particles stick together to form larger ones. So the gravitational force becomes slightly larger, as having an overdense region preferentially attracts more and more of the surrounding mass. Over thousands to millions to tens of millions of the years, this will lead to the runaway formations, the planets at whichever locations happens to occur the most mass in one locations the fastest. The second factor is the temperature of the central star as it evolves from its pre-birth as molecular clouds through its phase as a protostar to its long life as a full-plugged star. In the interior region closest to the star, only the heaviest element of all can survive, as everything else is too light that it's blasted apart by the intense heat and radiation. The most interior planets will be made of metals alone. Outside of that, there's a first line with no volatile stages interior to that, but with volatile stages beyond that, where our terrestrial planets all forms inside the first line. While these lines are interesting, it also teaches us that there's a gradient of materials that forms in the solar system. The heaviest elements are found in highest proportion closest to the central star, whilst the heavier elements are less abundant farther away. And the third and final element is that there's an integrate gravitational dance and takes place over time. Planets migrate, stars heat up, and stages get stripped away where they were allowed once before. Planets that may have orbited our star in the early stages and can get ejected or sucked into the sun or triggered into colliding with and or merging with other worlds. And if you get too close to the star anchoring your solar system, the outer layers of the star's atmosphere can provide enough frictions to cause your orbit to destabilize, spiraling into the central star self. Looking at our solar system today, 4.5 billion years after the whole thing's formed, we can conclude an awful lot of the things about what things must have been like in the early stages. We can put together a general picture of the what occurs to create things as they are today. Thank you.